As I stood on the Great Wall of China in 1995, I thought to myself, my Shirley McClain, you are certainly a long way from home, both literally and figuratively. I was born in 1945 in a small red shack in the middle of a tobacco field. That tobacco grew almost as tall as that shack. My parents were hard-working sharecroppers. Back then, cotton and tobacco were king. The sharecropping system was one of greed and corruption. As hard as my parents, me, my brothers and sisters worked, we never made a profit. So my father kept us moving from farm to farm trying to find an honest landlord. He never did. We made white men rich while we stayed poor. I estimate that we moved 13 times in and around Wake County down in North Carolina. It was almost like we were migrant workers. I started to work when I was in the 3rd grade. I was so small that they stacked 3 wooden Coca-Cola crates on top of each other, so I was tall enough to reach the top of the tobacco pile. It was there that I saw my mother as a strong black woman. I remember being at the tobacco barn and hearing my mother warn the landlord to stop hitting our dog Jack. He kept hitting our dog with that tobacco stick. My mother rose with a slice of red watermelon still in her hand. She pulled the slice across her shoulders and with all her might threw it into the face of this man. Watermelon seeds flew everywhere, along with the ripe pieces and the watermelon rind. He shook the seeds and the red pieces from his face and raised the tobacco stick and was poised to bring it down on my mother. I was so proud of my mother that day. I was proud of my sisters and my father because we stood up for her. She stood up for a dog. The landlord laid that stick down. This scene is etched in my memory, and it colors and flavors my thinking and actions today. I was the 4th of 9 children. My mother nourished a dream that nothing could smother. She dreamed a dream that all her children would go to college and have a better life. She eventually inherited some land, and our lives changed. After escaping the sharecropping system, my mother's dream came true. All her children have done well. I attended and graduated from Shaw University in Raleigh, North Carolina. I married and had 3 children, but I was still shy and quiet. I wanted to be fearless and courageous like my mother. It would be years before I was to become that courageous and fearless person. But 3 children and a divorce later, I overcame the worst of my shyness. I found my voice and became an advocate and activist. I speak to powerful people and groups. I speak before large groups, for and with grassroots folk, to help change bad public policy on issues like poverty, hunger, minimum wage, war, and prison. During the 90s, I also worked in my community to direct plays, and I was able to help my alma mater save the old black school. You know, I was coming into my own. I was working in community economic development while still raising my children. I eventually became director of the North Carolina Hunger Network. In that role, I not only strengthened my voice, but helped low-income, mostly women, across North Carolina find their voices. I now work for a national organization, Rural Development Leadership Network, using my voice to help change the lives of other people. My work is very rewarding. Whenever I am fearful and cannot find my voice, I think back to my mother.
Their citizen, all on behalf
And
of the
today,
Board of Directors of the North
I can
Carolina
only
Hunger
hope
Network.
that she and my father are looking down on me and smiling. And I think this organization
in the mood.